The film starts showing such place which was turning into extreme cold climate. And an aircraft was buried under the frost. How did it approach here? In order to get the information about it, a research team drills the frosty area with laser, and they enter the aircraft. It is creating very difficult to enter there. Research team member glimpses a thing. It is looking like Captain America's circular shield, because it was blue and red with the star, so they are assured that it is the shield of Captain of America. But from where did it come? Will he also be in the aircraft? Many questions arise. Now the story moves to the past, where a city is viewed where German soldiers dominated. They are searching for an antique and mysterious object on the command of their leader. When no one has succeeded to find it, then military commander himself goes to meet a priest, where he gets the crystalline cube. He picks it, knowing that it is not real. He asks priest, "Where is that object which I want to search?" That commander breaks that unreal crystalline cube when priest does not reply him, and he asks him again, "Tell me where it is." Priest says to him, "No, it is not for you, because you are not God, and that thing can only be attained by God." Because he had courage to bear such strongest power, he himself begins to search for it. When priest does not reveal anything, he takes a wall so mysterious. There is fixed button on it. A box appears as he presses it. There is real crystalline cube, which starts to emit the light. Now the scene turns from here. 1 year is passed of the last incident. Here many age fellow boys are seen. There is also one more boy named Steve. He is also the leading character of this movie. Now it was the dream of Steve to join the military, but he is not chosen for some physical defects. Now Steve meets an officer named Bucky Barnes. Steve tells him that I wanted to join the military, but it never happened that I may be recruited. I was rejected time and again. Then Bucky Barnes tells him that I will show such object tonight. You will be pleased seeing it. It is such a festival where you are able to see the things of future. Now they move there at night and also enjoy. There they glimpse a strange man, but they continue to enjoy. Steve says to the Barnes again while seeing himself in the military group photo, "Will I ever be able to join the military? I have a great enthusiasm to fight for my country, and I believe that no one has such enthusiasm." Barnes says to him, "You are not well, Steve." Now a doctor wearing glasses also hears their conversation at that place. Anyhow, Steve knows at the same time that military officers are being chosen there for future. He immediately goes to submit the forms, but a man disqualifies him there. "As your forms reveal that you have been disqualified again and again, there must be a cause." Then that doctor appears there who had listened their conversation. That doctor was also the scientist. He interviews Steve, and he stamps on his form. It abbreviates First Avenger Captain America. Steve himself is not able to know it. Now the scene turns to military force. The commanders of this force come on the scene. There is male colonel and a girl Agent Peggy Carter. The officers ask the scientist, "Do you know? Military is assigned the multitasks and the operations. How can I accept that Steve is better selection?" The scientist or the same doctor throws an explosive there. Seeing it, all soldiers begin to run away to rescue their lives, while Steve lies down on that grenade, coming there, so he may sacrifice himself and other people may remain safe. All are very inspired, witnessing it, and the military colonel agrees to recruit Steve. On the other side, a man Red Skull is seen. He is researching the powers of crystalline cube, working with his companion, and he tries to extract such power while using it, which can help the aircraft to fly for the 4 or 5 days. It means that no fuel is required for it, and they may also provide the energy in each battle, so they may get the victory. At last, the scientist of Red Skull invents such machine after the struggle of many days, which will absorb the energy of crystalline cube, and it will shift into their weapons. On the other side, Peggy Carter, from the military, takes Steve to his city. It means, from where Steve had come, because there was the marvelous machine of that doctor, which could enhance the strength of any human being, and it had been invented for the military use. The inventor of this machine was the same mysterious man which was seen in the festival. They used serum in it which was invented by that doctor, so his name was also included in its inventors, and it was he who used to take care of its maintenance. Steve had brought here for this super soldier treatment through this machine. Now Steve is placed in the Vita raised chamber and its setting is set. Turning it on, Machine vibrates and many Vita rays begin to emit from it. Steve is screaming inside, as he is not tolerating this process. While the Vita ray chamber was only passing 70% rays begin to emit from the machine, and the screaming of Steve are also become louder. It is decided to turn off the machine, but Steve shouts saying, "I have courage, I will bear it." Increase its level of Vita rays to 100%. Now the volume of rays is increased till 100%. Everyone is astonished seeing Steve as the Vita rays chamber opens, because he becomes muscular, and he is looking very powerful. Then an assassin comes there and steals the serum, firing his gun on Doctor, which was injected to make Steve powerful, the same serum which is used in that Vita ray chamber. Doctor is badly wounded. Steve comes to him, and he says that I will never let you die, and I will bring that serum back. Now Steve starts to run after that assassin, but that assassin is escaping in his car speedily. Now Steve eventually had transformed into Captain America. He starts to run after him quickly. That assassin was escaping while driving his car into the different streets, so Captain America was not ordinary one. He goes to others while jumping highly. Now that assassin moves into the water and begins to escape in his watercraft, but Captain America catches him, but he had poisoned his body till the time, so he does not survive. Steve knows after returning back, that Doctor is no more and serum had gone, so US military cannot build more super soldiers, so they decide that Steve will be Captain America, and he will lead all the soldiers, because he was the only one who was the most powerful than other soldiers. One day, Captain America comes to know in a congregation that his officer Bucky Barnes in the custody of Red Skull, because he had started a campaign against Red Skull and his members, in which he himself was caught. Captain America starts preparation that he will go to rescue his friend Bucky Barnes and his members. The firing is started as he enters the place, but Captain America arranges to reach there in some way. He sees while going inside that Bucky is bound with the stretcher. He is perhaps not in his full senses and lost. Captain America releases him, going there, so Barnes is relaxed seeing Captain America. Captain America asks him, "Are you alright?" Then Bucky Barnes says to him, touching his body, "You have become muscular." They feel excitement, seeing each other. That place is blasted as they begin to leave the place. All timers begin to burn and the firing and the battle start among the military officers. On the one side, Captain America and Barnes reach to the bridge, then there is also Red Skull before them. Red Skull is going to kill Captain America, moving towards him, but Captain America shields himself. As a result, Red Skull becomes furious, and he throws his mask into the fire, taking it off, so his red face begins to appear clearly. Then Red Skull parts that bridge so Captain America and Barnes may not move forward. Then he escapes from there, taking his scientists. Now Captain America brings Barnes and his team to the military, rescuing themselves. Colonel and Force feel pleasure seeing them. Captain America is encouraged, and a party is also arranged for this pleasure. Captain America tells the other military forces in this party that, "I had glimpsed a map in that room where Barnes was captivated when I went to rescue him. Red Skull had stuck the flags of some countries on it, and it indicates that he will attack on our countries after us, so we will have to be careful for it. Why do we not rescue those countries? We will also be honored and the people will begin to rely on us. What will be the great thing?" They all get ready with Captain America, and they begin to make their weapons ready. There Captain America is given a new shield. Now Captain America leads his force to a moving train. There was Red Skull's scientist in it. They had come there to capture him. Captain America sends the whole force into the train, while some soldiers are on the train. When Barnes is also climbing that train with the help of rope, the train drives at the perilous place, and Barnes falls down. Now the scientist of Red Skull is in their custody. When Colonel interrogates him, then he comes to know that Red Skull has really planned to attack those countries, and its information is at their camp. Captain America says to his force without delaying that we will reach there, riding on the bikes, and he begins to drive bike to their base while passing the woods and the desolate areas. Captain America and his companions reach his base after a struggle, where Red Skull had known about their arrival before. He makes ready his aircraft and he is going to leave that place, But how can that Captain America let him go as such? So he also begins to chase his companions, arranging a car. There is also Colonel and Peggy Carter are also in the car. Captain America reaches that aircraft as he drives the car speedily. Captain America enters his aircraft stealthily and begins to search for him. Then Red Skull attacks his hand, appearing from the backside. He has a laser gun in his hand with which he begins to shoot it. But Captain America was very alert, taking this thing, so he continues to stop the attack of that laser through his shield. Red Skull appears before and he falls him down while dragging his legs. Captain America also does the same. They are falling each other down, catching legs and waists. Red Skull was also not behind and he was equally attacking, so Captain America throws him on a machine while lifting him up. As a result, the aircraft's system begins to create problem, and it starts to fall down. Now Red Skull reaches the flight control system while pushing Captain America, and he begins to fly the aircraft again, setting it accurately. Then he again moves to Captain America with his laser gun, and he threatens him, "How dare you?" But Captain America rescues himself while folding his body and using his circular shield. He shields himself from the laser firing. Meanwhile, crystalline cube container is damaged and it is going to fall down. Then Red Skull picks it up. It starts to spark, having much energy, which penetrates in the body of Red Skull. Then it is seen that Red Skull has disappeared with it. He perhaps not able to bear its energy. Crystalline cube falls down the aircraft, melting its below part. It falls down from the aircraft. Now Captain America comes to the aircraft flight control system. He comes to know that Red Skull was going to attack the other countries through this aircraft, because there were also grenades and missiles. Captain America thinks that there has not left any chance for me. The aircraft will automatically begin to throw the missile at that place if time is over, and I don't want that my country may be destroyed. So he decides to sacrifice his life, so he may crash this aircraft in the frosty area, so the blasting may confine to that place, and the population or any human being may not get any harm. So he reveals the whole story to Peggy Carter while calling, "That Peggy, I am sacrificing my life." Here Peggy is grieved. She had perhaps started to like him, either she may not like him, but the scene was too sentimental. At last, Captain America crashes his own aircraft in the area of Arctic. So it has been seen in the start of the movie that research team has found the circular shield of Captain America in the aircraft buried in frosty area. That was related to this incident. Then that machine's inventor is seen who finds the crystalline cube from the water. Then they say, if crystalline cube may be found, so why not our Captain America? Research team also finds Captain America soon, and he is brought into the consciousness because 70 years had passed. Captain America was stable after restoring his consciousness, because he possessed the powers of serum. The room setting is old where he is kept. There is also placed a radio. So Captain America thinks, how did he come into the future? But there is going on the latest commentary of a match on radio. Captain America says, I was the spectator of this match. How is this commentary going on live? He goes outside while running. Then a man says to him after meeting, "Oh, you came outside. We had thought that we will inform you gradually, so you may not be confused. Okay, you have known it, so also understand it. I like it that you are so wise." So the part 1 of this movie completes on this scene. Thanks for watching. The film starts showing such place which was turning into extreme cold climate, and an aircraft was buried under the frost. How did it approach here? In order to get the information about it, a research team drills the frosty area with laser, and they enter the aircraft. It is creating very difficult to enter there. Research team member glimpses a thing. It is looking like Captain America's circular shield.